Hello and welcome to Kelowna Now. We're live. My name is Jason Mann. We're live on YouTube and X. And this afternoon, so excited, we're joined in studio by musical guest Ailee. And Ailee is actually here from Kelowna, or well, maybe not originally from Kelowna, but Kelowna is certainly home for you, I understand now, right?
Yes, I'm originally from Mexico and I moved to Canada about 13 years ago.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to Kelowna, but more importantly, welcome to Kelowna Now.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so exciting to have you. So my background is in past careers, past life. I worked in radio, so I really miss connecting with musical artists and being a part of the music scene in that way. So to have you in today is really extra special for me, and happy that you could make it in. Maybe we'll just jump right into it. So you've been influenced by, it seems like, a number of different musical kind of genres, and your work is a fusion of musical styles. I think, like, I know artists don't love to be pegged into kind of holes or whatever, but if you had to peg yourself into a hole or two or three, what would they be?
I usually describe my music as a fusion of electronica, alternative, and classical.
Okay. And your biography on your website mentions a number of powerhouse women that have influenced you. Who would they be?
One of my earliest influences was definitely Evanescence, Ailee from Evanescence. And then growing up, I was always really drawn into just music made by women. Growing up, I listened to a lot of like underground, pop artists like Curly, like Emily Autumn. And then sort of more like after college, I discovered Chelsea Wolfe and Sola Jesus and Anna von Hauswolf and a lot of those.
A lot of artists
ones.
I've never heard before, so now I have to look into this. So, who would be on who's like number one on your phone that you'd be listening to today?
Um,
iTunes or Spotify or
yeah, I love to listen to everything. I think I find inspiration in all types of genres, but I definitely listen a lot to, like I was saying, a lot of music made by women, a lot of music that is like sort of like on the dark, ethereal, sort of soundscape.
yeah,
Kind of
just in time
stuff.
for Halloween, really. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so one last question around this: if you were to have like a dinner party of musical influencers, who would be invited, and what would you serve?
I think, what would we serve?
Yes.
Oh, that's a very interesting. I would love to have Bjork. I would love to have Enya. I would love to have Imogen Heap. So like the original, women that were doing this like in the 90s, because it would be so interesting to ask them questions about their career and like how the times have changed, and also some of like contemporary, some of the women I already mentioned. And what would we serve? I'm Mexican, so I'm gonna say some Mexican food.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Tamales, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good to me. So on your website, you also mentioned that somber guitars often juxtaposed with dreamy vocal harmonies in your music. So if your guitar and your vocals were having a conversation, what would they be arguing about?
What would I think? Well, with my voice, it's almost like I always like to create these soundscapes. I like to sing very like openly and freely. It's more like almost like a meditation for me.
Yeah.
And with guitars, I always have like really like grungy, dirty sounds. So what would they be arguing about? I don't know, like the mood of the room, perhaps.
For sure. Your song, Goddess of the Dawn.
Uh-huh.
So am I correct in explaining it as it's about owning all parts of who you are?
Yes. But it's a different song.
What is the song? The song that you're going to play today is a different song?
It's a different song, yes.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that song though?
Yes, I do. So this song is called Written in the Earth.
Yeah.
And I always like to describe it as a simple song about a complicated subject. The song it's sort of like it draws a parallel between the way that nature has been exploited for resources, and this in the same way how like women's bodies and just women in general have been, exploited as like and seen as commodities. And I just saw a relationship there. So this is what this song is about.
And Earth is often described as Mother Earth too.
Yes.
Yeah. So you moved from Mexico to BC over a decade ago. How would you compare life and then maybe the music scenes of both countries and places?
I think life is very different. I think there were a lot of like different differences culturally. The way I usually tell people is Canadians are nicer, Mexicans are friendlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Because I feel like here people just have like people are so nice. You know what I mean? Like they have this like very like helpful disposition. But in Mexico, people are friendlier. Here I think there's a little more of like individualism, but over there is more like you run to people in the streets and they're like, oh, how are you? Let's go eat. Bring your cousin. Bring your friends. It's very easy to like make friends over there.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. And what about Kelowna? So you're well entrenched here, obviously now. Do you have any eateries or places that you like to go and enjoy most?
Yeah, I really love Redbird.
Yeah.
I go there with my friends a lot.
And do you go for the music or the food
Both.
or both? Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly for the music. But yeah, I mean, I like their pizzas too. So.
Yeah, it's hard to beat, right?
Yeah.
And Kelowna's live music scene is really starting to grow and burgeon again after the pandemic. It shut down quite completely, really, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see things coming back. Are you playing in any venues around town?
Yeah, I'm starting. Yeah, I started to go back into performing live this year. I had performed a little bit, growing up, and then I took a little bit of a break to focus on production and songwriting and all that. And then this year I started to perform again. I played what is it called? Music in the Park.
Yeah.
And we organized a couple shows in like little, pizza shops. But yeah, I'm hoping to like get out there more.
Okay, and you really have like, it seems like a part of your heart that rallies behind and champions the underdog in many ways, and a lot of work that you've been doing with other types of visible minorities or gender minorities, and a project that involved 90 folks. Do you want to tell me about that?
Yeah. So that project, I believe we did in 2021. It was called 90, and it was a collaboration between 90 women in production and 90 women and non-binary producers. And basically you could send anything you wanted, whether it was like maybe lyrics or like a sample or anything, and from those samples a song was created. And then every person that had to do with the production was either woman or non-binary, and at the end the song, all the proceeds from the song went into organizations that help educate and promote those gender minorities in the audio industry.
What was the name of the production in the end, the song?
It was called 90.
90.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah, okay. And I've noticed that on YouTube that you're not just a music creator, but you create tutorials to help other musicians get to, I guess, where you're at quicker, really, by sort of showing them the tricks or the things that you've learned along the way. Tell me more about that project.
Yeah, well, it was funny because just before the pandemic, I decided to start, putting videos on YouTube. And then that was like my channel helped me, stay sane during everything that happened. And at first I was part of a few forums on the internet, and I was like, the audio person, and people would ask me questions. So I thought, why don't I answer in video? So I started doing that. And then there were videos that I wanted to make. I was like, this is an interesting topic. I want to talk about it. So a lot of the early videos focused on a lot of the technical aspects of audio and production. And then I started to do some more creative ones, like some performances or just showcase my music. Yeah.
And how do people find you on YouTube?
Ailee Zaga. So Ailee Zaga.
Awesome. Well, there's so many reasons to go check you out. I don't want to hold you back any further. I see you've brought your band and
Yeah, my band.
want to hear your song. So what's the song that you're gonna sing for us?
This is called Written in the Earth.
Written in the Earth. Okay.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have you in. And by all means, make sure you check out Ailee on YouTube and Spotify, wherever you get music.
10,000 years, 10,000 lives. I am the ocean and the skies. I'm every woman, every child that your destruction has defied. The river flows as does my blood. My anger, fire, storm, and flood. I will not break against your stones. They are no stronger than my bones. All of the stories written in the earth. All of the stories waiting in the darkness. I'm regardless, so that I may see all the fortune that you placed in me. Once I'm stood in awe. I saw myself and all was full. I used to envy all the stars, and I would curse upon my scars. All of the stories written in the earth. All of the stories waiting in the darkness. I'm regardless, so that I may see all the fortune that you placed in me. Once may I be darkness, shine regardless, so that I may see all the fortune that you placed in me. Once may I be darkness, shine regardless, so that I may see all the fortune that you placed in me. Once may I be darkness, shine regardless, so that I may see all the fortune that you placed in me. Once may I
Yes. Now, the only thing that could have added to that is, I mean, we have a pretty dramatic background right now. If it was just a little darker and stormier, that would have been perfect. But wow, that's amazing. That's
Thank you so
fantastic.
much.
So much talent.
Thank you so much.
It's really great. make sure, like, if you're playing anywhere in town, you let us know where you're playing so we can let everybody know.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, that's great. Amazing. That's Ailee Zaga. Thanks for coming in. And before we wrap up, if you're enjoying our content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube and X channels. And be sure to stay up to date with the most important stories in Kelowna by subscribing to our newsletter at KelownaNow.com. Again, Ailee, thanks for joining us, and thank you for joining us. Until next time, take care and stay in the know.